All right. Hey, everyone. Welcome to our first call in December. So, tonight we have an awesome special guest. I should say today. We're recording this call during the afternoon. I know a lot of you guys will be catching the playback, so I appreciate that. We have Becky Brossett on tonight, and I keep saying tonight, but you get the drift, right? You get it. And she's going to really help give us some inspiration and some motivation and tangible tips on how to keep going and how to succeed even when you're faced with a lot of obstacles or things just seem really hard right now. And I know that she is going to be the perfect person to talk to us about that, because she has proven that time and time again in her business. And, I feel so blessed to have Becky as a friend and a mentor and someone who inspires me and can put me up when I need it. She is a four-time elite coach. She's a superstar diamond coach, part of the Millions Club. She and I met and became great friends during our Hammer and Chisel test group last year. I can't even believe it's been a year. And she has some amazing accomplishments. She's the founder of Diesel Nation and co-leads that with her sister, Christina Delgado. And she just has a lot of great information and inspiration for us today. So Becky, thank you for making time for us. And girl, you can take it over.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Erin, for having me. And I am honored to have you as one of my success partners, because I've learned so much from you as well. We're always there just at the right moments, I think, for each other. So it's been very, very helpful to work with you as well.
Thank you. That means a lot.
Thank you so much for having me on the call. And, it's December, and December is filled with ups and downs and lots of things that we have to do. But today, I'm just going to give you, like Erin said, some tough love, maybe. I'm very blunt in my delivery of the way I say things. And I just want people to get out of their own way and use what they have to make success happen for themselves, create success. So let's address December right now. So let's be real. This year has been probably, in my 6-year career as a coach, it's been one of the toughest. There's been lots of ups and downs. I've gotten in my own head. Erin knows that a bunch of times. But what has always played out for me is that I always show up for my own business. Always. Every day, even when I don't want to, I always show up. So today I'm just going to talk about some of the things that I do, how you can make December the best month, and how to continue that momentum into January. The first thing I want you to understand is, even though things are tough in December and people are distracted, you have to take care of you right now. So start with your personal development. If you can't make the time to read, I suggest that you just, like I do, I get on YouTube and I just listen to videos and I keep letting them stream. But what it does is sets my mindset correctly, and starts the day. I have my kids listen to it as well. The latest thing that I've been doing is taking my dog out for walks, and I think I'm going to continue doing that because it gives me some clarity. I actually even have a lot more creative thoughts when I have that free time and that fresh air. And I bought an audiobook from Joel Osteen. I'm not like the most religious person in the world, but I really like the way that he talks about personal development and mixes it in with God and religion. And it's really, really, I'll get you the name of the book. I don't remember. It's like, yes, you can, or I can, something like that. But so I've been listening to that, and it's been giving me creativity. And then once I get back, I do my workout. So that brings in the workout. Right now, this month, you need to be doing something, a program. Fitness is my real house. That's what my passion and real passion is. It always has been. If you're not doing a program, if you're not doing core to force, I want you to ask yourself why. This is the month where this is the real time to set yourself apart from everybody else. The people who are not committed to their fitness now are not going to be attracting anybody. If you're not working out and I can assure you that people are going to come to me and not to you, because you're not establishing trust with your audience. You're not continuing on your journey. And I'm not talking about being perfect. I'm not talking about having abs. I'm not talking about, eating perfectly in December, because that's all unrealistic. I'm just talking about you being your best self and representing Beachbody as an advocate and drinking your shake and sharing what you're doing each and every day. You know, Quarter Force is the latest product. That is what's hot right now. You need to be doing that program. You need to be sharing how you feel about it. Even if things are tough, it's good to share honesty. I don't like sugarcoating things. I don't like lying to people. If something's hard for me, I'm going to say it in a way that will inspire instead of detract people from wanting to do this program with me. But you need to get out there and establish the trust. This business is all about trust. So if you're not doing that, you need to be. It's some program in December, because in January, February, and March, when everybody's ready to go, they're going to think back to you like, wow, this girl was working out the entire month of December. She really showed me that she is consistent in her business, in her fitness. I'm going to contact her now. But if you're falling off the wagon every week, then we have a problem. So establish your momentum, number one, with yourself, and that's with your personal development and with your fitness. The other thing is the mindset. And this goes back with the business or the fitness. You have to look at this month as, instead of an obstacle, look at it as an opportunity to grow. And that's the same thing I've been preaching a lot about Quarter Force, because I know it's hard. There are some workouts that are hard for me too, but I don't look at it as I can't do it. I look at it as, next time I'm going to do better. Next time I'm going to step it up. Next time I'm going to set a goal and I'm going to push myself to do better. So instead of looking at December as this month that, oh my God, and the shopping and the events and the parties, and I can't, instead of filling yourself with that, I can't, how about you flip the switch and say, I'm going to find a way to make this happen. I'm going to find the opportunity for growth. And then I'm going to inspire people by showing up and staying positive and doing what's hard and not complaining about it. Be different than everybody else. Be different than the people who sit and complain every day about everything that they have to do. Be that one shining light on your social media where you're that one that is stepping it up, being better, raising your standard, and elevating yourself each and every day. That's really important, is to change the mindset. And it's hard. I'm not going to lie. It's hard to say, to look at the bright side of things, but it's there. Every day that we're here is a blessing. So just look at it as such and take action to inspire those around you. So you need to have a CEO mindset. Right now is the month where, and these are in the words of Melanie Mitchell, she said it on a call that my sister hosted a couple weeks ago. December, you need to be extraordinarily enthusiastic about this business. You need to be, because people are not enthusiastic right now. You need to be different. You need to show up as a CEO each and every day and do the things that need to be done. And I'm talking about the basics, the inviting, the posting, mentoring your customers and your coaches. I'm not talking about, going crazy and like doing these crazy push groups. And no, stay true to your business. Do the things that are going to provide income for your family and also provide momentum into 2017. The inviting can't stop. Yes, you're going to hear no's. The more no's you get, your chances increase of getting a yes at some point. So keep inviting, keep adding people to your circle, your network. Look, even on Sunday, I was at my kids' practice. They had a photo shoot for their basketball team and then a practice. One of the moms came up to me and said, oh, do you know how much this gym costs, what the membership fee is? It's an athletic club here in my area. And I said, no, I'm not sure, but I knew they were closed, so she wasn't going to get an answer at that right then and there. But she knows I work out because she heard someone else say it. That gave me the in. When she got back, she started telling me how she's ready to make a change, that she hasn't found something that works for her. Well, I sold the challenge pack because I talked to her about the 21-day fix and Shakeology, and I built the rapport with her right then and there, and I got the sale. You can't be scared to talk to people. you got to find a way always to leverage a conversation and flip it and turn, just plant the seed about what you do, about how the programs are working for you and how this is your lifestyle. And that's having a CEO mindset, because at the end of the day, this is your business. And in every industry, there's going to be times when things get hard. You've never seen a CEO, not of Apple, not of anybody, say, wow, this year has sucked. I'm not going to show up this week. That's it. I'm done. I'm closing house December. I'm not showing up. Why is it different here? It can't be different. If you had a store, you wouldn't close it down right now. You have to stay the course, stay positive, keep doing your vital behaviors, keep showing up for your challengers. Love them to death right now, because they're the ones that are going to be there for you next year in 2017. And we'll be there in a couple weeks. So you got to be forward thinking as to what's going to happen now. So just keep posting, keep sharing, and keep doing the things that provide income for your family and that will drive your business forward. Which one of the things that you need to get educated on, if you're not familiar, is the Healthbet that's coming up in a month. And now is the time that you have to start talking about that. If you're not in the Beachbody Champions Facebook group, my sister did a live video last week in detail of how she's doing her posts and my sister's not a planner at all, but she has developed a strategy for the Healthbet. So if you're in that group or not, get in there and watch that video, because I'm not going to give you every detail, but right now, now's the time to focus on that. Go with the Beachbody flow, do what's in, which now is Quarter Force and the Healthbet. Get your current customers, maybe customers from the past, your discount coaches, get your people involved and ready and excited to take that jump in January when the Healthbet launches. Start posting about it. My sister did a post about a flash sale, and it's kind of like a play on words with the challenge pack sales, but it's basically the gist is advertising a group now in December, a flexible group. Like I mentioned on the National Wake Up Call, where it's more of a maintenance style group to get people used to clean eating in a flexible manner, getting them to fight off the holiday bulge, and then leveraging them and bringing them into the Healthbet starting in January. So you need to start sharing that right now, because you want to be able to close sales before Christmas. You don't want to be hounding people on the week of Christmas. So do the work now. Start talking about it, about the perks of, getting that pot. There was a statistic that was shared by Beachbody that in the Healthbet, the last one, there were, I don't remember the percentage, but it was a really, really large percentage of customers and coaches that actually finished programs and had success. Like they actually got a transformation during the Healthbet. That's something you can share, because people were so excited and in tune with staying consistent with their posting in the Challenge Tracker app that they actually did well and they saw changes in their health and in their bodies. So leverage that, start promoting it. And just, don't forget your discount coaches. Get them in there, because now's not the time you want them to start pausing their Shakeology. You want them in a group, some kind of group, a holiday survival boot camp, that's what I'm calling it, to get them engaged with what I'm doing. Okay, let me take my throat. Hold on. Am I talking too fast? Okay, let's talk about the business. Okay, so for being forward thinking. So it's December. Right now you're going to focus on hitting Success Club. You're going to keep doing the vital behaviors. You're going to keep your fitness and health on track. Establish yourself as a fitness go-to person. But are you thinking ahead to January and February and March? You need to now start setting your goals. If you do vision boards, do that. Start thinking about what you're going to do. But have goals for the first quarter. It's right here on top of us. And also, have you thought about who you want in your team for next year, your dream team? Who are those key players? People, if you're looking to be 5-star by, March, come the Success Club trip, You need to know who's up and coming in your team. You also need to know who's in your pipeline. And that's really important. If you don't have a pipeline, then you need to get to work. And that means writing a list. And I encourage you to make a list of maybe people that are in your social media, maybe friends or family, coworkers that you think would be amazing coaches. And now is the time to start building that relationship. I'm not talking about, vomiting beach body on them. I'm talking about building a relationship, building rapport, and eventually presenting the business to them, because you want to have those key players coming in at this critical time in the year. Because let's say next year you want to go for elite, the work has to start in January. You can't start in June. You're already behind the 8 ball at that point. So by having a plan right now, knowing who you have coming in, maybe you have some amazing new coaches that have just started. Those are the people you need to mentor. You need to know who they are. You need to know what their goals are so that they align with yours, and you can start pushing towards those big, huge elite goals and those rank goals starting in January. January is not the time to take time off, guys. I mean, neither is it right now. These are two very, very critical times in the year. There's like Aaron and I were both still pushing for elite. Like the work never stops. We're still in the trenches trying to hit that goal. And then next year we have to start again. So you have to have a very clear path and direction on where you're headed. Okay, so that's that. And know who your ideal customer and coach are. That's really important when it comes to attraction marketing, is knowing who you're talking to. I know for a long time, I used to just, I would want to work with everybody, men, whoever, women, really young girls. I don't relate to people like single women in their 20s. I also don't really work with men either, because I don't relate. I've done, I guess, a really good job in the last year and a half since I turned 40 of marketing to that age group, because everybody that I've been talking to is in that age group, like 40 to 45 area. That is my market. They're moms, they're professional women, and they're in my age group, and they're all going through the same trials and tribulations of, the change in the age and how your body changes. So you got to make sure that when you post, you're talking to the person that you want to recruit, the person that you want on your team, and the customer that you want to work with, because not everybody is the same. And if you're talking to everybody, the chances are you're not really going to attract anybody, because it's too widespread and you're just like throwing spaghetti against the wall. So find who your ideal customer and coach is, write down what their personality traits are, and know very clear how you're going to talk to them when you post on social media. So that's a good leverage to social media. What time is it? Okay. All right. So Aaron wanted me to talk about my social media, because in the last year and a half, last year at Summit 2015, I made the decision right then and there that I was going to start using Instagram. I had fought it for a really long time. My sister had told me to get on it. Another coach on my team, Monica Lopez, was like, you need to get on there and share your fitness videos. You're going to do really well. But I resisted it. So come Summit of 2015, I said, okay, I'm going to go all in. The first thing that I did, and this is what you need to do, is I got intentional with the way that I post on Instagram. I have a very clear and defined schedule of how I post. First thing in the morning, and if you go into my Instagram account, you'll see the flow. I start every morning with some kind of quote, some inspirational thing, empowering women quote, of things like that. The next thing is usually I like eggs, so I post my egg porn. Today I did a video with the runny eggs, and I love eggs. So people usually expect that I'm going to post something about my breakfast in the morning. The next thing is usually around lunchtime. It depends if it's a fitness thing, if I worked out at that time, but there's always a systematic way that I do it. And the times, I don't want to be off for too long where people are wondering where I'm at. And I want people to see different glimpses of my life, not just all fitness. Even though that's my favorite thing, I don't want it to be all fitness. So I show my dog and my kids, and I post about the freedoms that I've experienced with this business, or how my life was before in contrast to now. I do every single day without fail. I post my post-workout picture. I don't care if people think that it's too much. I want to show my consistency, and that has paid off big time, because every day people can expect to see that I have worked out. And that for me is a big thing, because I want people to know that no matter what, over the last 8 years, I have been super consistent with my fitness, and this is part of my brand and it's part of my life. It is what I do each and every day. I post my dinners some nights. Every afternoon, evening, I have something funny. Sometimes it's really raunchy. Sometimes it's talking about drinking. Other days it's, has bad words. But you know what? That's me. And I've learned over the last 6 years that I can be me. And people who are going to like me are going to like me for who I am, not because I paint a facade of what my life is. And that's something that you need to really get real with, is who you are and what you bring to the table. Because I remember when I was a new coach that someone told me that you can't ever say that you're having a bad day, and you can't ever show on Facebook that you have drinks, and you can never talk about when you have cheat meals. And for a long time I bought into that, and I was like, oh, but this is so boring. Like, this is not my life. Now I'm just who I am. I'm real, and I say it the way I want to say it, and the ones that appreciate me will continue to follow me. The ones that don't will find a coach that they relate to. So I need you to really embrace who you are and your originality, and just be you all the time. No more fake, no more smoke and mirrors, just be you. And that's really been one of the things that Instagram has allowed me to do. And I actually have enjoyed it very much, is going through this process. So that's the funny thing. And then in the evenings around 8:30, 8:45, every other day, I do a challenge group post or a transformation, inviting people to join my upcoming challenge. Sunday nights are a critical one. That's when people are really relaxed. They feel guilty about what they ate during the weekend. So that's a really good time to post a challenge group invitation. And then the last post of the day is always my fitness video of the day. So as you can see, it's very intentional. I get to share all different glimpses and aspects of my life. I'm not 100% Beachbody. I am a mother. My kids play sports. I'm a dog mom. I have a husband. We like to have drinks. We go on the boat. We have fun. And that's what I want people to see about my life. But you need to figure out what it is about you that's unique, and that's what you need to feature and highlight. And I'm not saying about having this extraordinarily fun life, because every day I'm home all the time. I don't go out every day, but you need to show what your life is about, and not be scared that people are going to think you're boring. I mean, I barely go out, guys. Practically am home all the time. You just got to make it fun. Okay. So does that help? Okay. And do that on Facebook too. You should have two platforms that you work off of. Facebook has not been producing as much for me for a while now. So I have been concentrating mainly on Instagram, but you need to have two outlets to be able to connect. And finding people like on Instagram, if you're going to go that route, educate yourself. I can share with Aaron this training that Michael Folsom did for a team diamond push that we did last year. And I watched that video. It was when I started Instagram. I did whatever she said, I implemented it. So you need to be coachable as well. If someone's telling you to change something, change it. Whenever someone tells me that I should probably look into doing something differently, I do it. I am not too proud or too good or think that I'm too up there to change the way I do things. So be coachable. but learn Instagram, how to hashtag, investigate your hashtags. I've done that. I spend time looking to see where people are, women in my age group, where they hang out on Instagram so that I can attract them through the hashtags. But that takes time. But if you want to grow this business, you got to make those sacrifices, and you have to be intentional with it. So every post should have a purpose. They should tell a story. I posted one today about, I don't know why I thought about when I was in my 20s, I used to go to the gym, and this lady told me that, you know, when I have kids, I won't have time to go to the gym and I'll probably stay fat. That's what she told me. And I was like, okay, well, I guess I don't want kids then. I didn't want kids back then. And the whole point was, you know, that fine, I don't have time. I didn't have time to go to the gym once I had kids. But you know what? I found something different that works for me. And I busted through that roadblock of, oh, no, I need to go to the gym. No, I need to do this. No, I have to work out with people. No, I need a trainer. It had a point. The post had a purpose. And you can't just say, I'm starting a group on December 15th. You want to join? Here's the link. I mean, look at your post and really ask yourself, if I saw this on my newsfeed, would I stop and even read it? If the answer is no, then stop writing posts like that. Educate yourself on how you can attract these people. And I know Erin, you wanted to talk to me about how to get through this month with a lot of distractions. One of the things that I did when I was working full time was I used Hootsuite. I know there's Postcron now, but they're like social media managers. Because obviously I was working a full-time job and I could not be posting all day long. So I would allow myself 30 minutes after the kids went to bed. And back then I used to post on Facebook every hour on the hour. Again, because someone told me that that's what I needed to do. So that's what I did. So I would sit there for 30 minutes and write out like 8 or 9 posts for the following day, schedule them all. So while I was working, they were all going out. Like if I was live on Facebook. Those are the things that you have to do to keep going during December. If you're busy, if you're slammed with activities, if you have a job, if you are drowning, cut out some time at night, stop watching The Bachelor or whatever those shows are on TV, and focus on getting your posts done. Those are the sacrifices that pushed me forward when I was working, when I wanted to retire. And those are the things that you need to do. So that's it.
I think that's perfect. Well, and I think we heard a lot of awesome stuff, by the way. Like that was perfect. Thank you. Was that you never stop.
Never.
You never stop. And you constantly learn and grow and try new things. Like if something's not working, why are we going to keep doing that something, right? And we are hearing that you are intentionally reaching to your audience at least 6 times a day with purpose, being with purpose. Not just like, and I'm sure there's sometimes where, like inspiration, just like, you're like, oh, this is a good one to post, but also you have thought behind it. It's not just like, oh, it's been all day and I haven't posted yet. I guess I'll just post tonight. You wake up with a purpose and a plan because you want to give and add value to your audience and attract them to you. And I love that, you start every month at SC0, right, Becky? Do you get like more points because you're a superstar diamond or anything like that?
Mm-mm.
No? Okay.
I wish.
Yeah. On December 1st, or even right now, like, okay, on December 6th, do you know who all your challenge pack sales are? Do you have them all lined up and people are just knocking down the door, like waiting to get their challenge packs from you?
No.
Right? Okay. We're all the same. Okay. But we have to be willing to push forward and to make the sacrifices and to be intentional about putting ourselves out there to change the lives of people, or they will never find us. Okay. And what we hear from Becky is that I know a lot of our team is what I would call a warm market team. Okay. Like we started with our neighbors and our friends and the people we worked with and everything like that. And so what happens is we all hit a roadblock, usually at Diamond or something like that. Or we've hit SE10 for 3, 4, 5 months in a row. Boom. We're kind of like feel dried up almost. We don't have people to invite. Well, we got to keep evolving. We have to keep growing. We have to keep putting ourselves in situations where people can meet us and we can meet other people. And you hear Becky saying, like, here she's already been a lead for 2 years. And she's like, okay, I'm going to Instagram. I'm going to do this. And she did it with purpose and intentional. I mean, there's so many great things that you said. But I love to just the hard love of you just have to focus on hitting your goals. And you have to also we want to hit our goals for December, but we also have to think ahead. And that's what forward thinking coaches are, the ones that have a plan, they have goals, and they're always looking ahead. They're not just here and today, but they know why what they're doing is going to help them succeed in the coming months as well. And you guys, we can all do that. Like, you got to set yourself up for success. And this team is like you guys are the smartest women on this call right now. I don't know if any guys are going to watch this, but the smartest women I've ever met in my life, because like attracts like, right? We are all these amazing, strong, empowered women that have to lead by example and show that no matter what, even when things get hard, that we're going to push through. And I know that we can do that. Becky, you are so empowering and inspiring. Like I said, every day I'm like, damn, Becky posted her workout photo. Now I have to do it. It works for me. I know it's working for everybody else.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's 2:34, so maybe a couple of questions. Is that okay if we have a couple?
Yeah.
Okay. Does anybody want to unmute? You can open your mic up, open mic time, and ask Becky a couple of questions. We'll be kind of thoughtful of her time as well, though. Anybody?
I did want to say that one of the reasons why you need to be so intentional right now and continue the momentum, even if you're getting objections, even if it's hard, is because if you stop right now, it's going to be so hard to pick it back up in January. So hard. That's why I never stop, because if I do, I know that it's hard. My first year as a coach, the fifth month, it was December of 2010. That month was hard. Like, that was the first time I had experienced December, and I was like, oh my God, it's so hard. Forget it. I'm not even gonna, that was the first time I'd ever said, forget it. I'm not even gonna worry about Success Club. And I'm still kicking myself about that. I got 4 points. I left points on the table. Don't ever leave 4 points on the table. That's the only month that in my whole career that I didn't hit Success Club. And I missed going on that very first Success Club cruise over that one damn point. That 1 point. I'm still kicking myself about that.
We can tell.
I'm like, how could I have done that? That was so stupid. I could have got my mom to buy a challenge pack. Well, no, there were no challenge packs back then. It was just Shakeology. I could have gotten somebody to buy it. Like, how dumb of me. Don't leave points on the table. Don't stop working right now. Use your fitness journey right now, your commitment to leverage the business, to inspire you to work the business, even if you take it down just a little notch, but keep doing it. Keep doing it, because in January, you're going to be full steam ahead.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. That's great advice. It's a great reminder too. Does anyone have a question for Becky?
I have a question. Hi, Becky. I'm Diane.
Hi, Diane.
You mentioned Instagram training. Mm-hmm. Was there a name you mentioned in there?
Yeah, I'm going to send it to Aaron. It was okay. Micah Folsom.
Michael, okay.
Micah, Micah.
Okay.
It's really short. It's 20 minutes. She goes through how she finds hashtags. She mentions, like, I do it. I don't hashtag in the caption. It's the first comment. Things like that. Little things like that are easy to implement. Make you more intentional. It just looks nicer. It looks cleaner when the hashtags are not part of your wording. It was very helpful to me to have some kind of direction when I was first starting with Instagram.
Okay. And then you also mentioned about posting on Facebook during times when you weren't actually online. It was like, did you preset that, did you say?
Yeah. I used Hootsuite, or I'll type it in the chat. Postcron is a new one. I don't use that one, but my assistant uses it on my behalf. I know how to use Hootsuite. It is worth your investment. It is worth your investment in time to learn one of those two.
Okay.
I used that.
You do?
I did. When I was working full time.
Because I was a new coach, and I implemented it really, really early in my business. My upline said, I had a very stressful job. You're like on all the time. Make sure, use this thing to help you stay present. And it really relieved a lot of stress for me, where if I was in a meeting, I didn't have to, oh my God, I haven't posted today. Oh my God. So I got used to using that system, and it really did allow me to stay present. You don't need to post every hour on the hour. Pick times that line up with your niche market. So if, early in the morning for moms, the working moms, or even moms with little kids, usually look at their phones very early in the morning, lunchtime, 2:00, and at night. Like 8:30, 9:00, that's when parents are usually free, when they have their kids are in bed and they can start looking at their phones. Don't post a advertisement to a challenge group at 10 a.m. when nobody's on there. That's just dumb. You have to be very intentional, very focused, and know who your market is and when they are on social media.
That's perfect. Yeah. Well, if we haven't, one more quick question.
I don't bite.
She doesn't bite, promise.
It's funny because the other day, on Saturday, I had a coach of mine took pictures of us, and we were at a basketball. We had just finished a game. My kid's coach, she's really aggressive. And my coach says to me, wow, she's more aggressive than you are. And I was like, what? I'm aggressive? I'm still like, I can't believe, is that what people think of me? I wanted to even ask, do people find me aggressive?
No.
Hey, Becky, thanks for your time today. I wanted to speak on behalf of Courtney because she's lost her voice. She posted a question in the chat section. And
I didn't see it.
Oh, that's okay. How do you convert your followers on Instagram to active customers?
Yeah.
Okay, so I use a Woofu application. So I have them apply. That way I can get their email address. From there, I email with them. I have a script that I use. I really ask a lot of questions, but mainly it's through email, or I get them on the telephone if there's, any doubts that I need to just personally speak to them. But I put it all on them. I let them tell me everything about them. One thing that I started doing this year is just being confident in your conversations. Is when people email you and they pour their heart out and they have all these issues that they want to overcome, and then they turn around and have an objection, I tell them straight up, I want you to go back and read your first email to me and see what you said about why you wanted to change and how you felt and how you needed to do this for your family, because now you're telling me that you can't, but you were crying in the first one. I want you to go back and read that. And that has actually worked, because I'm not convincing them to work with me. You either want to or you don't. And if you don't, I'll find somebody else, because honestly, we can't sit here convincing people to do anything. They have to see that they need this. So you got to be confident in your delivery. You got to ask the right questions. I have found that using scripts, I didn't use scripts for a long time. I started using them last year, and they're very efficient for me. It's a time saver, and I know exactly what I need to ask to pull the right answers out of them.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks.
Feel better?
We need to get our hands on one of those scripts.
I can send it to Erin.
I think that's the hardest piece with Instagram for us is converting. But I love that we do a lot of Google forms, so we could easily do a Google form, you guys, and then that would capture it all together, because we have a lot of experience with that. Yeah, I think that's great, Becky. Thanks for those insights.
One thing I did add to the form is having them give me their cell phone number.
Yeah.
Even though some people put fake numbers, but it doesn't matter. If they don't respond to my initial email, I text them. like, hey, I sent you an email, you applied for my group, are you still interested? But that way I get them on two ends. And I still don't understand why people apply and then don't respond.
I know, they fill out those long answers and then
I don't get it.
I know. It happens.
It's reality.
Yeah.
But I do my best to get the right answers from them, to really dig deep on, the Tony Robbins process of making them feel the pain of staying the way they are, and then helping them see the pleasure of success and how their life would be like and how they would feel once they finish a group and succeed and reach their goals. And that's some of the Tony Robbins process is I like it because of that.
Sounds like we need to focus on that too. Okay. Well, you just filled us to the brim right now, my friend. Okay. Thank you. I have all these notes. I hope you guys do too. Well, Becky, I just wanted to thank you so much for your time today. I know you have to go off and get your boys from school, and it was great that you joined us this afternoon. This worked out perfectly, and everything you shared was awesome. And I'm excited we can take this back to the team and start applying it. So thank you so much.
Yeah, let's